Okay, so now we're gonna work with a blowgun. A blowgun traditionally, it's just a piece of bamboo hollowed out. There's lots of ways of creating a blowgun and how to create the darts and all that kind of stuff. I think typically when you make the needle, they would make them out of a variety of different things. Naturally, the longer the blowgun, the more accurate it's going to be. Just like a gun, right? Same idea. The Ninja, however, in Japan, the bamboo blowgun, right? It's called a Fukiya, so F-U-K-I-Y-A, Fukiya. And a Fukiya is a blowgun, and the Ninja is said to have carried one about 19 to 20 centimeters. Right? Oh, excuse me. A Ninja was said to have carried one about 50 centimeters, which translates out about 19 to 20 inches. That's what that is. So this is about the size of what they would have carried right here. This might be a little bit longer by an inch or so, but what you're seeing is about the size of what is said that a Ninja would have carried. As you can see, something this small is very easily concealable, right? Would you grab me one of those more modern ones real quick there? Just kind of hand that over here. This one right here, this one isn't even competition, thank you. And you can see that just a basic modern variation is a lot longer, almost twice as long as what they would have carried, okay? Same concept. You load one end, you blow, goes out. The longer again, the more accurate. Now, the importance of using a Fukiya from a Ninja's perspective, again, the same idea, we just got done doing archery, same idea there, but the difference here is you wouldn't have carried a fucking bow and arrow inside the residence of someone's house. You know what I mean? You wouldn't have, this gives you an access to be able to eliminate a target from a distance, but in a home, up close, while people are moving around. You know what I mean? A lot of times they made this right here, and I'm sure you guys have all seen, would you hold that for me, Mr. Dupree? I'm sure you guys have all seen the bamboo flute that they play, right? So they're all playing their bamboo flute, and it looks like they're playing a flute, or maybe they are, but then they'll take the attachment off the end, and they can load it and shoot that as a dart. They would take the dart and they would make lots of different types of poisons and things like that. The one thing about shooting it though, you want to make sure that it does get inside the bloodstream so that the toxins and the poison can get inside and then cause problems. So that's the idea of the Fukiya. Again, the Fukiya from a Ninja perspective, so if you guys are going to keep it in your Dinsho, you would know that it's hollowed out bamboo. They would construct their needles for a variety of different things. They would use various different kinds of poisons to put on the particular needle or dart. Generally speaking, there is a puffer fish in Japan, and there's a piece of it that's really, really poisonous. That's what they usually put on the end of their dart. You catch what I'm saying? Even when people eat sushi or whatever, certain different kinds of cooks have to be able to like cut that particular fish and eat a certain part of it. It's really poisonous. But that they would use that on a dart. Construct it, and then that's what they're shooting. And this is about what we're looking at, okay? Let's think about that. Yesterday we talked about that Enin aspect, right? So your spine, you get into where you're gonna be, you use your Enin skills, you're hiding behind bushes, underneath bridges, waterfalls, big rocks, big trees, all that kind of stuff. You're totally listening to all the passwords and how people dress and how they tie their obi and everything you need to know. Who's married to who, what's going on, all the hoopla and drama in the area, the whole bit, right? You gather all this information, everything you need to know, passwords, codes, special handshakes or whatever gestures, and now you're like, okay, now I'm gonna get a job. Now you're gonna go from the Enin to the Yonin. So you're gonna go using Yoki, right? Or like open disguise. So you're gonna be like a tea server or whatever. You're gonna get in there and be a merchant or be a servant of some kind. So you get in and you start serving tea, or you're doing whatever you are, cleaning the house up or whatever, and you start getting closer and closer to the target, the Lord, because you've built trust, right? Sooner or later you start building close enough, you're like, okay, now I can get within 20 feet of the target. That's when you use one of these little jobbers. You already have the needle with the poison ready, and as you're doing your normal day, you've already figured out the exact spot. I could put this between that door. That's where the person sits. That's exactly when they're gonna eat. This is exactly how many people are in that room. I can do this, hit them with the target, and then go about my day like it's no big deal, and everyone expects you to be in that hallway doing what you're doing. You're expecting no one to be in the room. That's the kind of idea with stuff like this.